There have been several other books on Jinnah and of course, about the other dramatist personage. How is your book an advance or different, or what is the point of departure about it?
You know, if there hadn't been a point of departure, why all this excitement?
People haven't read the book.
Exactly.
So how do you set about doing that? I mean, how can you unring the bell?
Oh, it's not unringing the bell.
Yeah.
I'm not wanting to unring the bell at all.
Yeah.
I wish Pakistan and Bangladesh all the possible best in the world. But I do wish to continue to work towards expanding the constituency of peace. That constituency which wishes to not repeat the mistakes of all the past yesteryears. That constituency which is ready to faithfully recognize the mistakes that have brought us here, and without going into assigning the reasons of blaming each other, try and find our relations are given to frequent fracture. But we have to take guard against that, strengthen the bone, strengthen the superstructure of our relationship, and work towards it.
That leads me to a question. You have been guiding the destiny of India for several years as a senior member of Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee's cabinet. You were in charge of foreign relations. You were at one point in charge also of the defense. You saw many ups and downs. You were perhaps the author of a draft that was rejected. Is that correct?
Yes, there was a draft at Agra, which my distinguished colleague, the Foreign Minister of Pakistan, and I worked over. Drafts in such meetings are often worked over. We were close to finding General Musharraf was keen that an answer be found, and I know that Atal Bihari Vajpayee was keen, but the press meeting of that morning by General Musharraf, that grandstanding had caused a lot of trouble, disturbance to a number of my colleagues who were there. The entire CCS was there.
Well, it was a little odd that he was grandstanding with some of the most senior editors of India, not editors or journalists of Pakistan. So why was it taken amiss?
But it was, I don't know why it was taken amiss. I'm simply citing a fact. You see, the sensitivities and the sensibilities, particularly in Indo-Pakistan meetings, had to be very carefully taken into account. Like what has happened at Sharm el-Sheikh very recently. We have to tread this path very carefully. As I said, it is given to frequent fracture. There are unseen and hidden traps in our relationship. The past is not past. The past, very sadly, is the present. And our present continuously reinvents the past and brings it and puts it in our front.
Yeah.
And we keep stumbling on it.
There was also a factor looming that some of your colleagues didn't see this as dovetailing with the looming elections in Uttar Pradesh.
Oh, no, not at all. I don't think that is a factor at all. It's the absence of reference to terrorism that troubled some of my
Which
colleagues.
eventually was drafted in 2004.
That's right. So as soon as terrorism was accepted as one of the problems, it is a problem to both countries. Yes, Sharm el-Sheikh tries to avoid it as a problem. Let's confront it, face it together.
Do you see this as behind us now?
Yes, I do certainly see it behind us. That's why I talk of expanding the constituency of peace.
Yeah.
We can't, that's why I also speak of our past continues to be our present.
Yeah.
We have to get rid of that.
How do you see Sharm el-Sheikh? You mentioned it.
I think we must not forget it. Sharm el-Sheikh is just one other of those incidents which is mistaken drafting, better drafting would have helped. Of course, Pakistan and India must talk. We are neighbors. We can't change geography now. And South Asia must stop drawing maps. What, we will continue to draw maps? Always?
You have argued in your book that perhaps Jinnah's vision of a federal India would have succeeded where a unitarian state became the cause for the partition, one of the reasons.
It was not simply Jinnah's dream. It was Mahatma Gandhi's dream. In the 20s, when dominion status is offered, here was an opportunity of a federal India being offered in the 20s. It is dominion status, yes, but it's in the book, the correspondence. It's remarkably illuminating. A federal India would have met the answers of the Muslim League and Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Federated India with Jinnah first said 30% in the central legislation. It came down to 20%. And certain provinces, so that he said he could balance the majoritarianism of Hindu Congress. We have eventually done exactly that. We led the country, we cut up, and led Jawaharlal Nehru until ultimately, along with Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, agreed to what Muhammad Ali Jinnah had demanded, but in a truncated form. Why shouldn't it have been done? Led the frontier and Bengal and Balochistan, all have been part of a larger federal India. I sometimes wonder if that had been in India, today we would be such a global power.